Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I see we are finally getting our short-term pullback that we were looking for. It teaches us another little lesson about taking some profits on the way up and reloading on confirmation buys. Remember what we're talking about, these next buys? These are buys that can set us up for a really big rally. We just had to learn to be a little bit patient, a little bit stingy with those entries, and let's rather snipe them. Let's rather get the beautiful entries, never be afraid of taking some sort of profits on the way up. Zill's the perfect example, and never chase pumps either. We will get the buys that we need. Now, I have said, do not buy yet. Now, why I've said that, and I'll be going through a lot of it in the show, is because the buy was on that quick wick, and we have a possibility of coming down to that wick again, possibly slightly, a little bit lower, maybe not too much from Bitcoin, but a little bit lower from the altcoin. So today I'm going to help you guys and set some more limit orders so we can catch the next little quick one. Are we starting to learn to see how quick the drops happen? And that's why you got to have those limit orders ready, because it catches your order, it bounces off, it puts you instantly in money, it allows you to put a stop loss in place, and things start to become a lot easier. So we're going to be going through all the high risk tokens, all the medium risk tokens, as well as all the Hodl tokens as well, because I'm going to teach you guys every time we are taking profits on the way up, and every time we are getting to rebuy back into the market. Remember, just structure your portfolio, certain percentage into these coins, certain percentage into that, certain to that, and we run the same thing again. We have done very well. So no more wasting time. Let's snipe the charts.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I hope you're all having a fantastic, is it Tuesday today?
Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday today?
Yeah.
Oh, you never remember in bull markets, eh? Every day just seems great. What's up, Banter fam? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. To anyone that's new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Will Smith it, as we like to say. Make sure you're on our Twitter pages. Mine is Sheldon_Sniper. It's where I'm able to update you guys quite often. Make sure you're on the website as well, as you get tons of free alpha there every single day. Now, let's go through it, guys, because yesterday was important. It was important that we did get that sharp little push down. It's something we've been waiting for. It may have been it. And this is just a lesson about yesterday, saying set those limit orders, because if you got those orders, you know, you got beautiful entries at the point, and now you are well off of them, and it gives you a bit of room. And right now we have Bitcoin conference coming now. In the next, you know, it starts off tomorrow. There might be some good news coming that can, you know, get some FOMO back into the market. Because right now, what's the market been running off of? You know, Kwon buying up. He said he bought some more this morning, which is fantastic. Because if we sort of zoom in here, I want to know where Kwon bought. Because he bought, what, $200 million? What is his order? And then I zoom in and I'm like,
175 or something.
$175 million. Then I look in here and I'm like, very fast down, and all of a sudden, boom, big volume order. We've got a chair in the background. Very big volume order, all of a sudden long wicks. I wonder where Kwon bought. You know, just saying, like, I wonder where he stocked up. So if the whales and the big guys, you know, they pay the price they want to pay. And this is something we're always going to learn between us as well. Let's fish with them. And you can see how price came down very quickly back into our zone. It made a low of 4,400, which is, 44,400, which is in our very crucial zone. Remember, we did break that long-term downwards trend, and now we're just wanting to see the tests of this. Let's have a look. There we go. Of this wedge that we were forming, a simple breakout, a higher high, a simple retest of those zones. and then the continuation. So for now, it was good. It hit the zone. It did make the higher high. We have two sort of ways that we're going to be looking at this now. We still not, we did on the 4 hour, we actually made a lower low on short time frame, which still indicates to us that the last night low cannot be the 100% low right now, which means for you to buy right now and to add right now, you're sort of buying in the 50-50 region sort of zone where it's red or black. You're either going to get it right or you're going to get it wrong and it's going to come test the lows again. Now, I have the two sort of views of what we're looking at this point. Is firstly, we did hit our main support zone, and I do feel having a look at the stochastic RSI is it's finally getting to the regions of where we wanted to get it. That's all we were waiting for. We were waiting for the reset of the RSI on the daily, because that will just indicate the next week for us will be positive because the market is oversold. Now we're getting to those levels again, and by tomorrow, we can actually be completely under the 20% zone again, which means now we've had the bears reply to the bulls' last move, and now we can look at the bulls now taking control again and now them attempting again. Now you sort of take the flow of human emotion of them buying it, selling off, and then you basically look at that and you basically now imprint that on the chart. Where the last time we had this rally up, that's the wave of the rally up. Then you have the whole rally down of the RSI, and then this is that. And you sort of want to see, are my green rallies bigger than my red rallies? Who's showing more strength? And that's basically what we were waiting for. And that's why I was saying we're getting ready to deploy. We've deployed a lot yesterday, and I got a lot of selections on where I'm thinking price can go next. But I got two views of this. Either that could be the bottom, and the way we're going to determine that, and this is why you must never be afraid of it. If you don't catch the limit order perfectly, do not chase it now. If you missed your buys yesterday and the zones of them coming, because they did, it came quickly, it stocked up a lot of zones, then that means, okay, I missed the buy, either just missed my buy order or, because they went a little bit higher than what I thought. I thought they would go lower, and that's why I'm saying there's still a possibility of them going there. But then you basically got to be like, okay, I missed that one. I got to wait for the next confirmation buy. And end of the day, Bitcoin is forming a flag. If we look at this is the flag that Bitcoin's forming right now. It hit the bottom of the flag pretty well. Until this low is in, I won't have the exact flag of the bottom line. I'm basically using this point here and this point. But end of the day, this can turn into something that's either a channel, a low sort of flag, and meaning just popping. It would make sense for me if it just broke a little bit lower than that zone, get the RSI to the downward side. Now, why am I saying this? Because if we look here on our other indicators, is we were expecting a Bitcoin dominance bounce, right? And we now know that when the market now has a short-term pullback or it has an explosion from Bitcoin, the eyes are not on the altcoins anymore, which means they pull back a lot harder at times in these sort of zones. And here we go. The market dominance has popped up. And now we're getting strength showing towards Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's outperforming the altcoins for the day. And if we saw that, we knew it was coming. The RSI was oversold. So it's showing me this has now taken off now. We've got a little bit more eyes on Bitcoin at this point. Which possibly means for me that I'm still looking at dominance going a little bit higher. And I'm seeing it going another 2-3% higher, which means for me the dump's not over. And that's just looking off of this little simple chart here, and then looking at this chart here, which is the USDT dominance. We now know how important it is. This is what I drew up yesterday. This is nearly getting, by tomorrow, we will be oversold. We will be overbought, where we finally had the big, strong push down from the dominance. We're now going up. And remember, we just wanted to test the previous low. It's all that you want. When you break a long-term trend, you want to lose that, come back up, test it, short-term retracements, and then we're looking at the big daddy leg. Remember, very similar to this one over here, where we have a short-term pull-up here. We've definitely reversed. People are getting out of USDT and back into the market. And from here, we're looking at a strong leg to the downward side. So everything's playing out beautiful, and we're getting a nice little momentum push on what we're looking at. So I'm looking, let me quickly finish up with Bitcoin, and then we can jump on to the altcoins. So I'm looking at Bitcoin, the possibility of coming down to the low 40,000s again to even about 43,500. That's what I want to see to buy more tokens. Until then, a break of the wedge, which means I've missed the limit orders. Sometimes the best trade is no trade if you have missed it. But then the next one will be, for me, is the break of this and the continuation. And this can either come through the hype of the conference this weekend or anything, we need another catalyst. We got Do Kwon buying, we had Michael Saylor buying, that's great, but we need something else now. We need something juicy that's going to get everyone to FOMO back in. And then what's going to basically start to happen is we're then going to finally get out of the range of the 200-day moving average. And that for us will finally start getting retail fully in the market. I still believe only 10% of retail is actually in the market. And what they like to do is whales fight their asses off here. All the volume goes up because they're the ones that are buying big time after big drops. And then when they finally get it through the key levels, as in the daily moving average, the 200-day and these sort of zones, over here, once they get through these big zones, retail then takes over and the job gets easy for them, where they don't need to do nothing now. People FOMO in, everyone starts buying. And by the time Bitcoin starts getting up to higher levels of 50 into the 50K zones, retails are the ones now that drive this market. Everyone's FOMOing into the market. And, it's simple, emotion, guys. So either I'm looking at the short-term pullback, and that's what I'm going to be giving a lot of charts on today. We're going to be setting more limit orders. I think there's 1 or 2 more days of a little bit more quietness, possibly a little bit more redness. And then I see absolutely explosion in the market ripping. We did well, guys. We made so much in these times. Let's continue it and let's make sure our portfolio is ready for it when it starts to happen. Now, let's jump into our charts and let's go have a look. So we got the medium risk tokens. Let's actually go into our high risk, safe Hodl portfolio. So guys, remember on this next, I started taking some sort of profits. Now I got some cash. And if people missed the last buys and they've been saving cash and want to load up another portfolio, we're starting off here again. Simple. 50% safe, 35% medium, 15%. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. Split your portfolio into 3 for the next leg up. That's just the important part of doing it. So we got the Bitcoin view. Now we look at the ETH view. Now ETH broke trend. We look at daily trend now, the long-term trend that ETH's been growing up, it broke it. Now it had a small pullback. Bitcoin's been having a bigger pullback. So on this next little drop on Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin starts to show more weakness now within today, the dominance is going to shoot up quite a bit. Remember I was showing that dominance is still a bit away from the top. Like it's still got quite a bit to get back. I wanted to come and test this low over here, the one that we lost. I want dominance to get there, which means, that's a nice little leg from dominance. And that means altcoins, are going to be taking a little bit more suffering's point of view. Even if Bitcoin goes up now, the alts aren't going to really go up much with it. Dominance is purely in Bitcoin's favor. So for me, ETH will be the one. It'll be another quick pullback if Bitcoin comes to those 44,000s again to the 43,000. ETH will be quick, guys. It's going to be very fast. Limit orders is the time to trade now. Market orders is when we buy breaker trends. Limit orders. So I'm still looking at ETH coming to the region of 3.1 to 3.2. That's my level within ETH. If we go have a look at the daily RSI, do you see how the Bitcoin one is here? The altcoin ones are still coming down. So for me, everything's still pointing to a little bit more downside. So between, call it even 3,000 to the $3,200 mark, I will be putting limit orders within there. Now, how would I do that? I would split whatever I might want to buy within ETH. I will split 30% at 3.2, 30% at 3.1, and let's say 40% at 3,050. Worst scenario, I only hit 2 of them, and then I got the last bit of cash to buy in the break of trend. Because what ETH is going to do here, it's basically going to start ranging here. We'll be able to detect that, and we'll be able to catch the next breakout. So if you only got 1 or 2 limit orders that goes through here, that's fine. We'll catch the rest on the breakout. It's a confirmation buy. But set those limit orders in, because that's beautiful now. We had a top of ETH that went to 3.5. It's now a broken daily trend. So I'll put 1 limit order there, 1 there, 1 beautiful one at the bottom. If only 1 or 2 trigger, that's fine. We'll catch the rest on the breakouts. But at least you're buying. Can you guys see how quick it happens? You literally got the quick little spikes to the bottom side, and it's beautiful. I love it when an order just triggers like that. You wake up in the morning and you're instantly in the money. And that's beautiful because then you can put a stop loss. It helps you a lot. So we've got the safe portfolio, which for now, you guys can choose. If you want this to be 5 tokens, whatever tokens you want to accumulate within this year is under your safe portfolio. Maybe a Luna's in there. Maybe, any of the ones. I wouldn't go more than 5. You don't want to get too many coins because then it's very hard to judge on what happens. But then you got your safe portfolio, which is basically 50% of your portfolio at this point. Then we got medium risk tokens. Now, these are my examples at this point. Your medium risk is up to you, but for me, Cardano, Link, AVAX, Luna, Solana, Dot, Atom, MATIC, Arweave, Kusama, Crypto.com. So I feel a few of the exchange tokens I think are medium risk good plays for me. What's up, brother?
Mine's lagging.
Am I lagging, guys? Just put in here so I can sort that out.
Mine's You keep going. Let me go check on that side.
Let me know if I'm lagging. Please, so I can continue. Okay, I'm not lagging. It's Kyle's computer. Kyle, brother, you need to go spend some of your profits and get a new PC. Okay, cool. So let's go through these quickly, guys. So Cardano, we spoke about it yesterday. Cardano's breaking support.
It's my computer.
Okay, cool. Cardano's broken support. And for me, it's looking to come and fill the imbalance areas over here. So I'm setting orders over here, which is basically at 106 as my first order, second one at 102, third one basically at 98 cents. That's me for Cardano. It broke the long-term trend. I want it in there. RSIs are nearly down to the bottom. Another day or two, shoot here, test support beautifully for me, and then it will form a trend. And same thing as ETH. We'll then stock up the next zone. Chainlink, for me, sweet spot at the zone over here. We broke finally daily trend. You can see how quickly the RSI is making its way down. So I'll be putting limit orders. My lowest one will be at 14.7. My medium will be at 15.2. And my top will be at 15.7. Beautiful. Set those limit orders in. If they all trigger, great. If they don't trigger, and only one or two trigger, we'll catch the next breaker trend. You can see all of them are showing me the same thing. AVAX. Now AVAX for me, I'd probably look possibly a little bit lower than the box that I have there. My bottom will be around $78. My medium will be around $81, and around $83 will be my next one. So there's my 3 orders there for AVAX. It broke really strong point of view. We took great profits towards the top, and now I want to be stocking up. Yeah, I've actually only put 2 limit orders, guys. One around $80 or $79, and the second one I'll put around $82. And we'll wait. The reason why is we still have the momentum line, which is here. So I got good support in this area, and I'm basically following this off of Bitcoin's move, as I don't see too much downside from Bitcoin, just a little bit. So I would be basically going, whatever I want to buy AVAX here and load up more, I'll be putting 60% on limit orders. The rest I'll leave, just in case there's a shorter wick that we can catch. Maybe always put a cheeky order in. It's beautiful to always set a cheeky little limit order and have one, let's say, sitting at $70. You never know. Sometimes it goes very quick, and you can snap it up at that price over there. But AVAX definitely. Luna is just ripping. It's doing very well. It is slowing down a little bit. It's waiting for Bitcoin. I think the pullback in Luna won't be too violent. You're not promised getting an entry from Luna right now, but the only entry that I do see, and it's got to be sort of, something that happens very quickly, which means I'll set 1 or 2 little limit orders. I won't be going too crazy. It's done a lot, but around $100. In that region, a short-term sort of view there. Solana, on its way down, we caught it beautifully. It hit the 200-day, just under the 200-day. It hit the 140 zone, which was great. Showed a lot of strength, but also showing us that it grew a lot. So there will be a little bit more exaggeration when Bitcoin comes down. It will come down quite quickly. So for me, Solana, the sweet spot entries for me is I'll have my first order around 113, 112. Second one about 109, and third one about 106. In that sort of zone for me is perfect. Polkadot, I have 2 here, so I'll be doing 60% of my orders within these zones. The first one, which will be around about 19.8. So you can see, guys, I'm talking about a 10-15% pullback within the market. Second one around $19, and third one around 18.5. Not all of them might trigger, but I would like 1 or 2 to trigger, and then we can look at that. Atom. For me, the low of last night was an order. I'll be putting another one there, which is $28. Then around $27.50 and around $27 is my orders within Atom. MATIC, you can see, guys, we're catching them beautifully. We finally broke higher highs on these, and now we're catching, and a lot of them are basically imprinting a head and shoulders pattern. So for me, it's great to be catching the right shoulder. It means we're finally getting out of a certain phase. So for me, MATIC, first order, around about 1.52, around about 1.5, and around about 1.48. So this one's close. It didn't break too much just yet, so you're catching it still beautifully in the zone over here. We look at Arweave, nearly there. Guys, these are going to be great. These are going to be really, really good entries for us. Arweave, $33, $32, $30 region for me. Kusama, there's the head and shoulders pattern I'm talking about. So Kusama's got a lot of bullish fundamentals happening right now, and I think it's going to rip. I think it's going to do really, really well. So for me, Kusama in the region of 165, 156 in that zone. Crypto.com shot up nicely. does have its only near supports that are quite far away. So I do see this being quite exaggerated to the downward side. 42 cents, 43 cents. I'm happy with that. FTT as well, anywhere between $46 to the $44 range, I'm happy with. Now let's get through the juicy ones. High risk tokens. I got a few gaming here. We obviously got Vulcan Forged, which Hustle's been talking about a lot. A lot of interest in this token at the moment. It was a bit overbought at a point, and now it is starting to have a short-term pullback, which means we want to be loading up. It's one that's showing really strong strength right now compared to a lot of other gaming tokens. So for me, the sweet spot is between $13 and $14. I want to be adding that to my high risk token portfolio. Axie, you see why you want to catch his wicks, guys? It hit the perfect one we were speaking about yesterday, which was $55. And that's where I'd have some more limit orders now. 52 to 55, have those limit orders in. Look how quickly it comes down. It puts you really, really in a good place. So Axie is one as well that I want to be loading up. Zill, big lesson, guys. When you start to see these long wicks, remember, don't chase the pumps. But now we're at that point of where we can catch, Zill again. It doesn't just recover straight from something like this. It could possibly, but usually not in the point. It will actually come down and fill these previous supports. So anything that goes really fast away, we be patient and we buy up. So I have Zill orders which are sitting around between 8 to 10. Is it 8 to 10 cents? Is my orders for Zill. I think that's the sweet spot for them. We didn't chase the pump. There's a lot of interest there right now, but this teaches you again not to chase. Be patient, even like ThorChain, which I'll get into shortly. VTHO and VET, I'll be buying both of these tokens on this pullback. This one in the region of, it's half a cent in that zone. I think if you guys can just draw this on your chart, you'll get the exact figures. There's the main trend. Daily is nearly at the bottom. A lot of strength in this token. We then look at VET. VET shot up quickly, which means we'll have a decent pullback as well. I got some between 6 cents and 6.6 cents as my VET entries. More limit orders there. Okay, Theta, it tipped the top. So we had some orders at 3.5. We got more. So 3.3 to 3.5 is my Theta zone. Remember, Theta I'm very bullish on because it's broken such a long-term trend. It got the higher high. It's doing an inverse head and shoulders as we speak. Daily RSI is nearly at the bottom. And for me, the next push from this token is going to take us back to the regions of the $5 to the $8 region. So you work out percentages of that. It looks great. If I'm buying Theta, I'm loading up on TFUEL as well. And for me, TFUEL between 17 and 18 cents is the sweet spot. TFUEL runs, guys. It really, really does well. Because remember, what are you doing? You're diversifying your portfolio into some safer gems, which will grow nicely. If we're looking at, I think ETH can break 5K. If the market really rips this month and we got Bitcoin doing it, I really think ETH can rip to the next level. So that's a really good gains. But then you got your medium risk, which will do higher gains than they're safe. Then you got the higher risk, which will completely, if the market turns super strong bullish, it will outperform all of your portfolios. And we'll be doing a lot of balancing as it works. So TFUEL, I definitely want in there. Fantom, I got rejection and we had a strong wick down. And I'll be having my orders sitting at that wick, which was basically 1.33. And then I got the low of 1.2. in that sort of region. So it's slightly a little bit higher than the $1 region, but 1.2, I think you're finally getting Fantom at a decent rate. That's going to do very well for you over time. This daily is only halfway. So for me, it's Fantom comes here, bounces, but takes a bit more time, and we'll see the true breakout within a few weeks, a week or two in that sort of zone. But you want to get your entries because it may not come those low levels again. We then have Render. Render is nearly there for me. It's coming down quite fast now, and I want to catch it on my momentum line, which is basically between 2.5 and 2.6. There's my limit orders. I want to load up. Aioz, perfect in high-risk portfolio. Ran super bullish on this. There's a lot of interest here at the moment. Between 23 cents and 25 cents is my limit orders. Cardano, you look at this, showing a lot of strength right now, looking good. I do see it coming to the zone of 6.3 to the 6.8 zone. There's my limit orders. That's where I'm happy. Gala Games, which is still in the wedge. We still thought it was a short-term breakout the other day. Markets decided to pull back a bit more, but end of the day, it is holding higher low. I do see it coming back down to 21 cents to the 22 to 23 cents mark. That's where my limit orders are set. Daily stocks nearly at the bottom, guys. And remember, for Gala, it is one of my more bullish gaming tokens that I think are really going to rip. the market goes super bullish, but from here, basically bounce there, take us to 26, put you in instant gains, and then the breakout to come, which will send it well off into the 30, 40 cents marks. So that's looking good. We then have Super, which is entering now. We did have one order that went through last night, and now I've basically looked at where are the next possible entries for Super. I don't think you want to miss Super, guys. I think Super's got to be in your high-risk token portfolio. I think it's going to do massive gains. We know how much it's moved in the past. And for me, it's a little bit lower than yesterday, between 68 cents to the 73 cents mark is where my limit orders are sitting there. I think it's cheap. It finally broke through its daily trend, higher high in play. And for me, looking at something like this, take through, gain through, we're going to create another trend there and then make it well off back into the dollar range, to the $1.2, $1.3 range, in that sort of zone. So perfect, guys. That's looking really, really good. Now, I want to speak about, let's actually go through any ones that we have missed here. ThorChain. You see why, guys? Don't chase the pump. I've spoken about this. Do not chase the pump with ThorChain. We're going to get the entry where we want to get it. And even though I took some profits in the zone, I'm happy now, because worst scenario, I buy it back where I got out, but I'm buying it on an oversold RSI. It's another big lesson for me to learn. Why am I not paying attention to everything moving, rejected the 200-day moving average? Guys, that's why we took profits. Now I'm looking at where can I buy them back again, because Bitcoin's still outside of its wedge. Bitcoin's made a higher high. Everything's still reversing in that way. Dominance has completely tanked. Dominance will not be tanking the way it has if the market is super bearish. Dominance is in altcoin's favor right now. That's why we took profits at 200-day moving average. And this is why we're loading up, because now we took profits being cash, but on the next pullback, we want to get back into the market because we know what happens after that. So ThorChain for me is still coming to the regions of 8.3 to the $9.3 region. That's where my orders are sit. That's where I want to be catching ThorChain. It's looking great at those zones. I was looking at Sand as well. If you want to get in, Sand is looking like it will come possibly between 2.85 to the $3 region. Add that to your gaming portfolio. I think that will do really good. Let's have a look. I saw Anchor Protocols pumping, doing very well. And this is one that's showing tremendous amount of strength now. It's literally breaking the daily bullish to the upward side, and it's about to break 200-day moving average. So a strong bounce in the market now. Volume's only starting to come in. So for me as an investor, I won't be short-term trading it because the market's quite uneasy right now. But as an investor, I'm interested because we know how big Anchor is within Luna, and now it's showing strong strength. And what's quite interesting about it is the next resistance is only at 3.5, which is 20 to 30% gains. And then we got 4.4, and then we got the top. So for me, Anchor's one that's showing a lot of strength within today. Koti, let's actually load up Koti. So remember, guys, you can categorize wherever you want to categorize your tokens. Just structure them. Just do that for me because that's going to help us a lot. I saw Moon River. Let's add in on Moon River. It's coming back to our low 70s as we wanted it to. It's on our momentum line here. It does look like it will come down to the regions of $64 to the $70 region. And this is, for me, investors' entries. I'm happy with that. Not as a trader at this point, but as investors. We had a short-term pullback from Credo. Credo now is just going to come test our momentum line. So for me, I want to add this to my portfolio. I think fundamentally it's really good. And we'll, between 2.5 and 2.6. Now, remember, guys, I go through tons of tokens. Why? Because a lot of people have different preferences to what they like. So I'm sort of helping with a tons of analysis. Just remember, your high-risk portfolio, cap it at about 15 tokens. Your medium risk, cap it at about 10 tokens. And you don't want to be more than 20, 25 tokens within this run. Just as it will, some music on actually, just as it will be quite tough to manage when the market starts to take off and starts to move quite quickly. Koti, let's add in Koti here. How's my music sound, brother? Are you kicked off?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on. Dan's got you there.
Okay, Dan's got me. Okay, Koti, strong strength. It's pulling back as the market's pulling back now. It did make the higher high, which is good. So for me, it's basically doing the form of a head and shoulders. So Koti, we can look. I think you're definitely going to be adding Koti to the portfolio as well. In the regions of 26 cents to the 27 cents mark is great for me. There is one more support at 23 cents. So for me, I'd actually be looking at setting a order around 27 cents as my first, 26 and around about 25 for me. That's good. I'm buying it on a long-term daily breakout trend, which is great. And after this, I'm looking at us make our way to the regions of the 36 to the 40 cent mark, which is big, 70, 80% gains from where we're at right now. Guys, I'll do another few minutes. Give me, I will be giving away 3 CoinPanel subscriptions as well. Guys, remember all of these charts on CoinPanel, my entries, my stop losses, my TP points, they are all done, as well as the investment sections as well, of where you should be dollar costing in. So give me some great comments there, and I'll be selecting 3 winners for a year subscription for free. Guys, and if you want me in your pocket to help you guys every day, make sure you do use the link below. I promise you it will help you a lot. Immutable X, IMX, let's have a look. Okay, daily stock's getting to the bottom, and it's basically looking to come test support. So this is where you want to catch it. A little bit more down. So you can see the alts, I'm still seeing a little bit more downside, guys, for now. If things change, tomorrow we'll be buying breakout of trends, and that's great. We're buying confirmation buys. But Immutable X, 1.85 to the $2 region is where I want to catch Immutable X. Let's have a look. CoinPanel for you. Please send. You will see the email in the bottom there to get your reward. There's one for you. Let's choose another one here. Sheldon, pick me. No problem. I will pick you as long as you make a lot of money. Promise me that. Who else wants? Paul. There we go. There's the third one as well for you guys. Okay, guys. Let's keep it at that for now. Let's continue again tomorrow. We'll be doing fantastic, guys. Structure your portfolio well. It's quite weird how people think. Like, we got beautiful TPs, and now the markets pull back. Views are slightly down. So the guys disappear where the markets go red, and that's the best opportunities within the market. And then when the market's pumping, they're back, and they end up chasing the pumps, guys. I'm very proud of you guys for being here. I think it's going to be great. Mana FFS, is that for... Okay, we're swearing. Okay, no problem. Let's do Mana before anyone gets upset. I'll do that as the last one, just so that no one is cross. I don't want cross people. I want happy people. We're doing well. Don't make mistakes. Okay. So for me, this is still a little bit away from daily trend, which is great, which means it's coming down to these areas, which is basically within our momentum line. So around 2.2 to the region of 2.28 is my slight, limit order entries on where I want to get it. And then for that, I'm a little bit more patient. The time is still to come. It's showing a little bit more accumulation, which means from here, we can look at basically ranging in the zone, and then we can be looking at a breakout later point. For now, it looks good. Just be patient with it. And if you want to add, end up adding on limit orders and be a little bit more patient with that. I did do KDA. That was done last one year. Otherwise, if I do one, I've got to do one more. Hey. Rose good, dropping a bit of momentum now. So we had the short-term TPs, slightly a little bit of profits in that point. And it looks like it's going to come back between 25 and 27 cents. I'll have some limit orders there. I'll have one cheeky one at 23 cents as well. So guys, to quickly shut it all off, Bitcoin's looking good. It's showing a little bit of weakness. It did break trend to the downward side, and I do see it coming back to around 44,000. I am buying, I am loading, I'm setting up my whole portfolio because the next move for me, it looks massive and it looks really, really good. So guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all on tomorrow's show. Until then, much love, Banter fam.